Hey, today Kirakos, Arman, and I, Eleni, will be talking about Hamilton's rule. In order to understand Hamilton's rule, we have to understand fitness, which is how well an individual survives and passes down its genes. An individual's total fitness is equal to the sum of its direct and indirect fitness. The direct fitness is equivalent to the number of feasible offspring that it produces. And indirect fitness refers to the genes that individuals indirectly contribute to the next generation. So overall, inclusive fitness is direct fitness plus indirect fitness. Inclusive fitness is one of the examples of altruism in nature. Altruism is when an animal helps other individuals to increase their fitness at the cost of lowering its own fitness. This is a key component of Hamilton's rule. Like the picture provided in this slide, you always comes before I.
Hamilton's rule shows that the extent to which natural selection favors assisting family members depends on how related individuals are and how high or low the associated costs and benefits turn out to be. Hamilton's rule is represented by the equation RB minus C is greater than 0, where R is the proportion of shared genes, B is the benefit that the genetic relative receives from traits associated with allele X, and C is the cost accrued to the individual expressing the trait. When relatedness is high and benefit is high as well, the cost to the individual is low. Thus, natural selection would strongly favor individuals who help their kin. The following are examples for values of relatedness. For yourself and an identical twin, the value of R would be equal to 1. Parents and blood siblings would be 0.5. An uncle or an aunt would be 0.25. Grandparents would also be 0.25. And cousins would be 1/8 or 0.125.
When we're talking about altruism, the cost to the altruist is the number of offspring that the altruist is unable to produce as a result of altruistic behavior. Kin selection is defined as when an individual's inclusive fitness is increased by engaging in altruistic behavior. This enhances the reproductive success of its relatives. In order to understand Hamilton's rule, one must also understand kin selection. Kin selection is a form of natural selection that favors altruistic behavior toward close relatives, resulting in an increase in the altruistic individual's genetic contribution to the next generation. Altruistic behavior is observed where the individuals are linked by close family ties more often than when the individuals are not linked by close family ties. A great example of altruistic behavior can be seen in meerkats. Meerkats exhibit this sort of behavior on a daily basis. Certain helpers or non-breeders in the group do not engage in breeding and instead take turns engaging in community-helping behaviors. Primarily, these helpers are there to stand guard and warn the rest of the group when a predator is approaching. Even though this lowers their own individual fitness, it increases the reproductive success of its relatives.
The meerkats in the previous example are more prone to altruistic behavior towards their family members. Another good example of kin selection are honeybees. When the hive of a honeybee is threatened, it will sacrifice its life by stinging the thread. As a result, it loses the stinger and it dies. But it is trying to protect the hive, so it gives up its self for the greater good.